Hello and welcome to today's video. Today's video we're going to be solving systems of equations by Cramer's rule. Now, in order to do Cramer's rule though, you must know how to do the determinants. So I want to just show you again the formula for our determinants. So remember, when you have a 2 by 2 matrix, in order to find the determinant, we do AD minus BC. So if you forgot that or need to write that down, please do so. And then to find the determinant of a 3 by 3, remember that is when we copied back over the first two columns, and then we did the sum of the products down minus the sum of the products upward. Okay, so those are the two things. So you might want to have those handy, those notes, as we continue on. So we're going to go on and talk about a couple of different names for matrices that we use. And the first one is our coefficient matrix. And again, if you'll remember, the coefficient is the number out in front. So in this case, the 1, the 5, -7, and 2. So when we do our coefficient matrix, we just write those numbers down. And so we have x, y, and then this would be your x and your y. So that would be your coefficient matrix. Now we also have, and I'm going to add in here, what is called the constant matrix. And that is our C values. So that in this case would be the 9 and the -30. And we also have the variable matrix. And that is our x and our y. So we're going to be referring to those three as we continue throughout. But in terms of today, we're really going to look at just the coefficient matrix. And so again, we're going to use Cramer's rule. So let's just go through there. So when I look at any equation or system of equations that I'm given, the first thing that we do is we do write the coefficient matrix. So in this case, A, B, C, D. So that's just your standard, okay? Now, here's the next piece that we're gonna do. First off, this only works if your determinant is not 0. So you do need to make sure that that is the case. Here's the next thing that we're gonna do. We are going to, in order to find the x value, we take our E and our F numbers, that would be our constants, and we put them in place of the x. So we substitute the E and the F in place of the x to find x. The B and the D stays. We're going to find the determinant of that, and then we are going to divide it by the determinant of our coefficient matrix. So you're actually finding two determinants and dividing them, okay? Then when you do your y, we substitute the constants, the E and the F, in place of the y's. Again, we'll find that determinant and then divide it by the determinant of your original. Now, that sounds a little bit probably confusing, so let's just jump in and get started, and I think it will make sense. So Cramer's rule is usually pretty easy. It's one of actually the favorites for a lot of kids on doing systems. So we'll just go in here and do this first one. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to find the determinant of A. And so that would be our coefficients: 1, -5, -7, 2. Okay, so I'm going to do that one first. And so again, remember it is AD minus BC. So I cross and then subtract. So we have 1 times 2 minus -5 times a -7. So in this case, that is 2, and it looks like minus 35, which is a -33. Okay, so I'm going to box that because I'm going to need to use that, or underline it, highlight it, whatever you need to do. Okay, so it is not 0. That means I can continue on. Now, to find the x value, we are going to take, again, the EF. In this case, the E and the F is the 9 and the -30, and we're going to put them in the x position. That would be the first position. And then I just leave my y's. Okay? And again, I'm going to take that answer and divide it by a negative 33. Okay? So again, we're going to do the determinant. So I'm going to take 9 times 2 minus a negative 5 times a negative 30. And sometimes kids want to do this in a different place so that it's not within their problem. And so if that is something, then I would suggest you come maybe underneath here. That would be a good spot to work the problem. And so I have 18. That would be minus 150, which is a negative 132. So what I would do then is, instead of having it up here, then I would just come in and say, okay, this is a negative 132 over the negative 33, and just divide that, and in this case, we get 4. Okay? So again, that is your x value. Now I'm going to repeat for my y. Again, I'm going to come in, and this time I put the 9 and the 30, negative 30 for the y value. So it's going to go over here. My x stays what it originally was. So that's the 1, negative 7. Okay? So again, when you're doing x, your constant matrix just replaces your x. When you're doing your y, it replaces your y. Okay? That's still over your a, which we already calculated to be a negative 30. So again, I'm just going to come right underneath here and do my determinant. And I've got 1 times a negative 30 minus 9 times a negative 7. That's a negative 30 plus 63, which is 33. And so this is 33 divided by a negative 33, which is a negative 1. That is my y value. So the answer to this problem, the final answer, would be 4, negative 1. Final answer. Okay? So basically we're doing a system, but we're taking out all the variables and we're just running numbers. Okay, so that is Cramer's rule. So I'll stop this video and then I will go ahead and work through 2 and 3 in the next video.